Hi everyone, Janelle with TaxExact, and I'm joined today by Pat with TaxExact. And we are going to take the next 5 minutes to explore a very important topic. So, a lot of the firms that use TaxExact have reported back to us that one of the most beneficial features, Pat, is the advisory opportunities they uncover through this tool that allow them to drive new value to the clients and boost revenue streams for the firm. Now, I know that on our technology roadmap, we have visions to really put this on steroids. But could you take the next 5 minutes and show us inside TaxExact exactly where some of these advisory opportunities lie?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea, and I think our users are going to have a lot of benefit to just see where these little nuggets lie inside the schedules and the forms. All right, so I will share my screen with you guys and dive right in here. So thank you for your time today. I will start with a simple little guy here. When you go to your project window feature and say you're looking to present an opportunity to your staff or to yourself even to just reach out to your customers and your clients to offer them a chance to basically have a 1 hour session with you on why their scenario was so extreme, whether it be an extreme refund or extreme balance due. What's neat about this is when you go to the document project window listing, you can actually sort by refund or balance due. So what's neat about this is we did this past year where we wanted to see all the returns that had refunds. And we had outliers like Kelly Clarkson here. $14,000 in a refund is not a big deal for some folks because they kind of like that nugget that comes during tax season. But for others, I know a lot of my clients prefer not to give the IRS tax-free, interest-free money throughout the year. They'd rather have that in their pocket. So it really helps you identify and isolate those clients that you should reach out to. Have your staff reach out to for all it takes, maybe an hour, basically reaching out to this group of folks and saying, hey, listen, I'm going to charge you about 150, whatever you want. You don't even have to charge a discovery call, but you can make an advisory call with them where you're going to add more value, present more opportunities, and maybe even find something in that conversation that allows you to then turn it into a bigger service. In the reverse, you got the balance due clients, right? So Jennifer Roberts, 18,000. Gene Roberts, 19,531. There's a couple of Pat Roberts demos in here, so you'll see my name a few times. But Carlos Palacio, 13,000. Those are large amounts. So having your staff go through and identify these as opportunities is huge because those are the ones that really hurt. When you call the client, you've had that conversation, and they're just like, dang, how did I owe this much? And again, back to finding that opportunity, you might actually find some nuggets in that conversation to give them more insight on what they can do better next year. That's just to start. So let's dig into one of our clients here who has a Schedule C and who we can walk you through that scenario where there is an opportunity for that client to potentially have a few opportunities in front of them. So I like this one a lot. So when you go to the Schedule C, you've got this client here. I use Chris Kringle here. He's North Pole Toys is his name of his company. Here's one nugget right here, type of entity. And when you're their first reviewer and you're trying to identify how the sole proprietor is taxed and what type of entity they are, this is super important for both you and the final reviewer. So if you type in single member LLC and you note that their income, in this case, I'm going to show you at the summary level, netted 65 grand. Man, that's a lot of money he's paying in self-employment taxes. If you go down here, you'll see other taxes, $9,100 in self-employment taxes. To me, that's a lot. So when I'm a final reviewer and I'm looking at this kind of return, I'm actually looking at it as an opportunity to say, hey, Chris, you might want to actually file an election to be treated as an S corporation and date it to the beginning of this year. Now, this was a 2019 tax return. So in this case, pretend we're in 2019's tax season, preparing returns in April or March of 2020. I have actually filed late filed elections to be treated as an S corporation all the way forward to that point in April of the following year. So basically 16 months. And as long as you do the explanation of why it was late, I've never been rejected. I can't say that that's not going to ever be the case for someone else, but in this case, proposing that idea would be a great idea for this client per se, because if that happens, you then go in here, you would just delete this Schedule C, convert it to an S corporation return, prepare everything accordingly, and then you've just saved him basically 15.3% on that $65,000 he netted, which is almost $9,000. Now, in addition to that, we're going to actually have the opportunity to provide more value to our team, and our revenue stream in the office is going to grow from this because we'll have another tax service we're providing. We'll have more opportunities for advisory with the client. We also just really provided them additional value way above what we're going to charge for it, which again is just a chance to keep that client coming back for more. Say you choose not to go that route, or even in addition to it, there's a neat little tool here where when you're a self-employed individual and you want to know if they're self-employed and if they want to contribute to a SEP IRA, maybe they already have one in place. What's neat about this tool is that if you go to the adjustments and you go over to the SEP IRA contribution section and you want to calculate the max, all you got to do is type in yes, select yes here. It's got to correlate to the spouse or the taxpayer that is self-employed though, by the way. But if you say yes, all you got to do is say yes, and it'll generate the maximum calculation for you right at your fingertips, right there in front of you, instead of having to calculate it, ticket tie it, and go work your way around it. This tool really does it for you right there in front of you. That way, when you're talking to Chris on the phone, you can say, hey, Chris, I know that you have a SEP IRA. Did you want to put the max away this year? And he goes, yeah, Pat, what is the max this year? You can tell him 12,082 really quickly versus having to jump to another screen, put it in the input, go back to the 1040 and see the output. So in addition to that, down here, if he says, yeah, let's do the 12,000, I actually put that money away. I have it set aside. Well, now, in addition to, I'm just going to say this really quick, they owed 17,030 prior to this. This is down here a really neat feature I'm going to go into in a minute. You were able to now enter that total amount discretionarily here. And they just went down $3,000 almost. So in this case, you can instantly see with the tune of one entry from what you just did to tell him what the effect is going to be. And if he's like, yeah, that's great, let's do it. And there you have it. So on that topic, really quick, I'll just point out that every window in these tabs over here, Janelle, are going to have that spot at the bottom for you to generate a quick reference point of the federal and the state tax summary, so you can see what their balance due is or their refund is based on whether it's green or red. Red being negative, meaning it's a balance due. Green being it's a positive refund. 17,000 is the net refund or balance due in this case. So in that case, that's also coming into handy for us as the users. This is a feature that we inherently designed on purpose to give you guys that quick reference point, something that I've never seen before in other softwares. Lastly, I just want to point out the Schedule E idea here. A lot of our clients that hold rental properties don't even realize the benefit of having them held into an LLC. This is really beneficial from the standpoint of, like, you've got exit strategies, you've got partnerships, you've got the opportunity for liability protection. So what we've developed is, say there's 4 different LLCs here. You can actually denote really quickly to say, hey, is this property held in an LLC, yes or no? And if it's no, then it's a really neat little, perspective for you as the final reviewer to say, hey, Chris, you've got this property here in the North Pole. It's not subject or held into an S corp. I'm sorry, it's not held into an LLC. I really think that if you want my honest opinion, it's something that you should consider doing. The benefit to which is X, Y, and Z. I'll leave that with you guys to talk through with your client. But as you know, the more liability protection, the more opportunity for longevity, the better. I've used this tool just alone for a longevity plan for estate planning when a client is worried about, what's going to happen to my rental property when I pass away. And he wants to have his daughter inherit it automatically without probate issues and all that. An LLC is great because you can make her 1% owner in the partnership, and it really gives that longevity automatically to her. So anyways, long and short of it, that's some quick nuggets, Janelle, for you to kind of walk through. There's another feature that really is just, like I said, back to like this updates coming from the baseline here at the bottom, where you summarize the federal and the state numbers. I've used this feature alone with like manually entering depreciation. Should you decide, to walk through the client's scenario and say, hey, Chris, I know you bought this new sleigh this year. If we want to Section 179 it was a $15,000 purchase. really quickly, you can show him that his balance due went from like 17 grand to 12 grand. You have to always give him a caveat to say that now that he's depreciated it fully, he will not be able to benefit from that depreciation going forward. But nonetheless, using that quick scenario to kind of offer the client that chance to just almost on a turnkey, streamlined conversation, give him the answers he needs real time and with real impact. So I think
Great.
that gives us a good baseline,
Yeah.
and I hope that you guys follow us for more.
This is great, Pat. This is really, really important because as it becomes more and more important to offer high value services to clients to keep them coming back to us, this tool really does help us take that tax return to a new level, develop new revenue streams. So appreciate it very much. Be sure to follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our other how-to videos and be sure to follow us on social. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Until next time, thanks so much.